Yeah, this week was just kind of there. Welcome to the Wrestling Council.
Yeah, boy.
Welcome to the Wrestling Council. I'm your host, coming with Bob. Joined as always by Good Red Hollywood Frank.
HW, yeah, baby.
You can catch us here every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking about all the news in wrestling, which ain't gonna be much this week because it was just kind of there. You can also follow us on social media. Scrolling along the bottom, it's also in the description. How was your week?
Well, it's crazy ass Mama's Day at work.
Yeah, I can about imagine.
Yeah,
we had a good Mother's Day this last Friday. Well, we took my mom and my sister out.
Yeah,
on Friday. Also, we're celebrating my niece graduating from college.
Congratulations, Ashley.
Yep, she did good and went to a real nice restaurant. It was nice.
She got the master's degree, right?
Yes, she did. She did good, but that's about the most interesting thing that happened this friggin' week because the wrestling was just kind of, man, I'm gonna tell you what. One on the deal, I know that the matches at the card are gonna be good, okay. But the buildup, what is going on with the buildup lately towards these pay-per-views, man? Nobody's doing. It's like they don't care anymore. Hey, what's up, Johnny? What the frick? Is he wearing a coonskin cap?
He is, Davy Crockett.
Oh my God, the second coon.
Hi. Yeah.
I see what you did there. Yeah, get out.
David Crockett.
But real quick, before we get any further here, let's go ahead and check in. Maldacito's what's up, people? The good. The finish to Omega versus Moxley. The bad. I've had Rhythm of the Night by DeBarge stuck in my head all day. The ugly Kenny's V-trigger to the cage. Ouch. Yeah, that was pretty rough. But appreciate it, man. Hey, leg kick. Thanks for being here, man. AJ versus Seth will be a good match. Oh yeah, the matches on Night of Champions are going to be good. It's just the buildup has been like, kind of what's the point?
We're still on that boat again.
I don't know
live event after live event.
Yeah,
but it's like normally they like when they build a pay-per-view, especially the main events, they give you something to work with, but like the build toward this has just been kind of like, eh. And then, well, we're what? 3 weeks away from All In?
No,
not even that.
No.
I mean, not only, but
Double or Nothing.
Double or Nothing. Yeah, we're only a couple weeks away from Double or Nothing, and we've barely got anything for that. So it's like, what is the deal, man? It's like they used to build for these things for like a couple of months ahead of time, and now they're like the last 2 weeks. It's just weird, man. But anyway, Maldacito said, "What up, leg kick?" Yeah, other people will be slowly trickling in, as we know, but might as well get started on our favorite little segment, a little something we call. If I can find it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I am going first. Yeah, half-hearted. That's what it feels like. It's like they're just kind of like going through the motions. My good. New Japan never lets me down, man. Never lets me down. Best of the Super Juniors tournament is going on right now, and it is freaking great. You want to see the smaller guys get their thing on, man? Definitely go check it out. Nobody does tournaments like New Japan. I'm not gonna dwell too much on it, but it's a typical New Japan tournament. It's been fun. The other Will Ospreay will be taking on Shingo Takagi during the All In weekend for Rev Pro. So it's not going to happen on the All In show, but it is going to happen at the All In weekend. So, and if you haven't seen Ospreay versus Shingo, go educate yourself because it was one of the best wrestling matches I've ever seen. That was good. The bad, some really bad news for Randy Orton. According to his father, his doctors are telling him that he should not come back. He should retire. They're saying, it's up to him. It's so them saying it's up to him means it's not that he can't come back. It's just that it's probably diminishing returns.
Yeah,
probably not a good idea for him for his future, which is very disappointing. But hey, it's that dude's had a hell of a career. If he retires now and becomes a legend and maybe transitions to a role behind the scenes, he'd be great. So
I'm not okay with it, man.
I'm not okay. What do you mean you're not okay with it?
This is so sad. He was like my first favorite. I'm so heartbroken to hear this.
Yeah, it's when I say it, I'm okay with it. I'm like, I think he needs to do what's best for him and not worry about the fans because that's what he's going to think about.
He doesn't need to be another Draws though.
No, he doesn't. And like I said, people didn't realize that injury he had was way worse than people thought it was. It's way worse than people thought it was. So he needs to do what's best for him. And I'm okay with whatever decision he makes. I just hope that I don't, like I said, same thing about Ric Flair. I don't want to see that guy die in the ring. I don't want to see him crippled for the rest of his life. So, all the hopes and prayers to go to him and hopefully he'll be taken care of. Speaking of hopes and prayers, the bad superstar Billy Graham, they are considering taking him off of live sport. I remember Superstar Billy Graham was Hulk Hogan before Hulk Hogan. Same look, same kind of gimmick. One of the legends that came out of wrestling, and it's an unfortunate story, but none of us get out alive. So, but it's very sad. Again, all the hopes and prayers go to him and his family, and not an easy decision to make. But real quick, like Kick said, NWA versus AAA was pretty good. I have to check it out. I haven't watched any AAA in like a while. Like Kick, I'm not an Orton fan. I do have a funny airport story on him though. Dude, go ahead and drop it in the chat there. Yeah. Listen to the doctor. 100%, Mal. 100%. Especially in matters like this, it's your quality of life is what matters. But that's my GBU. Frank, what you got?
The good. The cage match. Kenny versus
It's a good match.
Mox. It's a good match.
Yeah. Cornette hated it.
Cornette hates everything that finger bang does. Okay.
Well, dude, he's been railing on Moxley more than finger bang lately. He thinks Mox is a brain dead idiot.
Oh yeah, because Mox bleeds all the time. That's what Cornette doesn't like.
Yeah. Mox doesn't need to dial back on the friggin' juice.
He does. I mean, he doesn't need to be Terry Funk or
Mick Foley.
Yeah, he doesn't need that. You don't need it all the time.
No.
Like we said before with AEW when they were doing ladder matches and all that stuff all the time. It just it gets to be too much.
Yeah.
But then the end of that match with Don Callis.
Yeah.
You knew it was coming, just didn't know when.
Yeah. I'm kind of. I want to talk to you guys about that too because I think they may have pulled the trigger a little too. Unless they're, like I said, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it more in when you're done, Bear. But yeah,
The bad. Where do I go? That over the top battle royal last night.
it's a battle royale, man. It's I like that Mustafa Ali actually got a win, but we know he's just gonna get killed by
he's
Gunther.
He's just a stepping stone for Gunther. I mean, seriously, that's I was reading that they're going to have a surprise winner of the Rumble or the Royal Battle Royal, Mustafa Ali.
Yeah, which I mean, if they let the guy work, it would be a great match. It's a great big man versus small man match. That's not what's going to happen. He's going to get friggin' murked. It's if I'm going to tell you something right now, if that dude doesn't leave that company after his contract is up this time, then you know what? He doesn't care about his any kind of legacy. He just wants the money. So
Oh, he tried to leave. He asked for it. They didn't.
no. Well, no. He asked to leave, and then they convinced him. Like he re-upped with them, and they were like, because he was going to sit out the rest of his contract. And I was like, no, come back. We'll book you better and everything. And then he's been a freaking geek ever since. So the Orton story is a little long. All right, man. We got to let us know one of these days.
Yeah. And then the ugly is, the buildup from both promotions, like you said, to pay-per-views or premium live events, whatever you want to call them.
I don't know.
It's just not the same it used to be.
This isn't the way it was a year ago. It's like, what the hell's happened?
And some of the matches for Night of Champions. Why do I need to see? Why isn't Roman Reigns putting up his title against somebody?
Dude, I heard something, and if it's true, like I take everything that I hear as rumor, unless it's confirmed as far as wrestling concerned, with a grain of salt. But they're actually talking that now because Seth is going to be appearing in Captain America, so he's going to be gone for a couple of weeks, I guess. That they're actually considering pulling the trigger on AJ instead of him. I'm like, wait a minute. So your concern is that if he's working in Captain America, that he's not going to be on TV for a couple of weeks, but Roman can be gone for a couple of months and you don't have a problem with it? What kind of bullshit is that?
So how does that work then? If Roman Reigns is exclusive to SmackDown and AJ's on SmackDown and wins the title,
dude, has the brand split?
Are they moving the OC back to Raw?
How does that work? That doesn't work. It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. It means the brand split was stupid and it doesn't make any difference. Just like it always has. It's ignorant. It's just. But now again, I take that with a grain of salt because like I said, that the hypocrisy on that would be ridiculous.
Yeah,
but
and then you've got to figure into this is that you're also Fox and NBC did not make any kind of announcements about the WWE because the contracts expire soon.
Yeah. They had almost no presence at their called their front days or whatever.
What Endeavor does with the E moving forward.
Well,
is it ESPN?
Is very possible
a streaming service? Who knows? I mean,
well, that's what they have a streaming. They have a deal with ESPN to do to show UFC fights and stuff over there.
Yeah,
they could very well pull WWE off of regular television and put it over there, or something. Who knows? Like. It may be due to them renegotiating contracts or whatever, and they didn't want to put anything out there in case something happened. So I don't want to read too much into it, but the fact that because every year before, WWE has had a big presence at that show, and this year nothing.
Nope.
No stars were there. Nothing about the shows and everything. There was only a slight mention of them during a video package, and that was it. So it's weird, man. Like, who knows? And then this is the thing. Like, I like UFC, but ever since Endeavor took over, it's been kind of shit. You know, the matches are always going to be what they are, but the build up and the way that everything's presented and everything, I don't like Endeavor. I don't like it. And when Endeavor bought WWE, my thoughts went exactly to that. I was thinking that because one of the things that WWE does better than anybody is promote. You know, I was wondering like if that was part of the reason why they bought the WWE, so that they could come in and start doing promotion for them and everything. But after this, I don't know what the hell's going on.
And on a similar note, is Pat McAfee's show got picked up or moved to ESPN. 4 years, $120 million.
Yeah. That's ridiculous. That's crazy, man. That's almost friggin' Joe Rogan money. Which, I mean, Pat McAfee's show is pretty cool, but damn.
I'm sorry. Let me correct myself. He's going to be released from his FanDuel contract, which was 4 years, $120 million.
Oh, yeah, but the one he signed was...
But he's signing with a multi-year deal with ESPN.
Yeah, which is, from what I understand, is the same money, isn't it? I thought it was. Maybe I'm wrong. But he's not going to go for less money.
No, but if he's going to ESPN,
yeah,
and he still has ties with WWE,
yeah. Well, who knows? You know, like I said, there's so much that's up in the air right now. Like the Endeavor deal, like kind of blindsided everybody. So we'll see about that.
And what could shake it, how it goes, is how this whole deal comes out with WBD and AEW.
Yeah, Warner Brothers Discovery. Yeah,
how much is that deal going to be worth,
dude? If that deal is what was reported, which I don't think it is, I can't see them.
$1 billion for 5 years.
$1 billion for 5 years. I can't see them doing that. I can't. Well, I shouldn't say that. I can see them doing that because Hollywood does crazy stuff all the time. But it doesn't make sense to me. Now, if you had said $500 million, that makes more sense because they had already gotten a boost of $52 million for it's either 52 or 54 million for the Saturday show.
Collision. Yes.
For Collision. So, and that put them, I think that pushed them from, I think their original operating budget was like right around $40 million a year. And then that pushed it and then there was an option where it went from that 40 to like 45 and then 50 or something like that. Yeah, so doubling it, I can see that. But quadrupling, I mean, not quadrupling, but
quintupling.
Quintupling it. That's a lot. Going from right around 50 million to 200 million a year. That's a lot.
They need that money because that video game is a money drain.
But here's the thing. If they really want to take on WWE, they got to have a budget close to or on par with them. And that's the budget that WWE was given. That's the deal that WWE was given by CBS.
Yeah, and what I was also was reading that if that deal goes through, the pay-per-views might be going to Max.
Yeah, then they might be going to Max. Actually, almost all other than their TV, their TV deals that are with Turner.
Right.
Other than that, all of their stuff might be going over to Max. Guardian of Chaos.
Good evening, Big Daddy.
Sir.
Hi.
Yep. Appreciate you being here, brother.
Yeah, and
it's weird.
And we were talking about it, and I don't know if you saw it. they were saying that and it hasn't been officially announced yet, but Collision with the Ring of Honor taping after it.
Yeah.
Because you were talking about that the other day, how it's in Universal Studios. So
Yeah.
is Ring of Honor going on the road?
Well, like I said, I can't see it being $1 billion. I just can't. But if by some freaking weird ass Hollywood miracle it is, then they've got all the money they need to do that. They could go on the road. Dude, $200 million buys a lot of promotion, and it buys a lot of airtime, and it buys a lot of stadiums. So
and when we go to our first Collision in Ohio, Cleveland, it's going to be 8 to 10, and then after 10 o'clock will be Ring of Honor.
Oh my God, dude! If they do that, if they do that, they'll have to go on before, because if they do that, the crowd will be dead.
They were saying after.
That never stopped them before with Dark and Elevation.
Oh my God, yeah, but here's the thing, though, man. With Dark and Elevation, it's it's like, yeah, it's expected. Actually, no, they went on. They would do one first, and then they would do the other one at the end. So,
if I was up there, I would miss both. Sorry,
dude, I'm gonna tell you what. That night that they did, okay, the last time we went, they did Dark and Elevation, then they did Dynamite, and then they did Rampage after Dynamite. Dude, we were done. like 5 hours of wrestling in
it was
one
crazy.
night. Oh my God, dude. We were dragging ass out of that place.
Watching the pay-per-views from home is already tiring enough.
Jeez, dude. I am kind of disappointed that Shingo versus Ospreay is not going to be at All In, but I get it.
Well, he wants to wrestle Kenny at All In.
Yeah, but I already did that. But all right, man. Johnny, you got anything?
No, I was out of town. I didn't get to watch anything, so.
Yeah, you actually got a life.
Yeah. Hey, Big Daddy, thanks for the shout out, brother.
Yes, appreciate that very, very much. Big Daddy on his way to 1,000 subs. Yeah, he's over halfway there. So kicking ass and taking names, and shouting out his boys like like a boss. Appreciate that. Okay. What do I want to talk about? All right. I want to talk about the build. I went to an AEW Dark and AEW Rampage only live, no Dynamite. Yeah, that's what they were. That's what they were doing before. They were doing they would do one, and then they would do the other on the other show. But I don't know, for whatever reason, they did all 4 of them at that show, the last Dynamite that we went to. And my God, we were done. Like, we were done.
Hey, we were starving, man, because he ain't paying prices at the stadium.
Yeah, I'm not paying $8 for a freaking hot dog. A shitty one at that. But all right, we got to talk about this Raw show, man. Look, the matches are going to be good. Let's talk about the setup for Night of Champions. Seth versus AJ. Okay, the video package they showed I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Big Daddy. Yeah, you're a real one, man. The video package was pretty cool. However, and I don't, like I said, these are just rumors. I don't put a lot of stock in rumors until we actually see things come true. They got to put this belt on Seth for it to have any relevancy. I mean, don't get me wrong, AJ is awesome, but AJ is almost done. Okay. Now, if they put the belt on AJ, do I think he'll do good? Yeah, he'll do good.
Yeah.
He's AJ Styles. But the build has been for Seth. If they switched gears, and that's a total Vince thing to do, by the way, switch gears. What does this what does this do to Seth? This just pushes him back down the card again. And B, what does it do about does it hurt the relevancy of this new world title? In that it definitely becomes without any question the consolation prize. the consolation prize title. I don't know, man.
The best thing to do is have Seth Rollins taken out at Night of Champions and put Otis in there and have Otis win the belt.
Oh God, dude, don't even joke about shit like that.
Hey, he got screwed out of his Money in the Bank briefcase. Give him a
he
shot.
should never have won the Money in the Bank. It should have been Dom. Dude, do not. You put that friggin' belt on Dominic, you may as well burn it. Dom's, he's fun to watch right now, but it's
I almost want to see it.
I in a weird, perverse way, I'd kind of want to too. But at the same time, it's like, man, if you want that belt to happen, because here's the thing. We know the whole reason that they made this belt is because Roman's going to be gone for months at a time, and he's not, and even the match he's doing at this freaking show, he's not defending his freaking title. This is just stupid. We all know why. It's because they're trying to push it past 1,000 days. Dude, I don't think he's dropping that belt until next year. I don't think he's dropping it until WrestleMania.
He's not.
Which is why this belt is coming into existence and why so many people are pissed off. But if you want this belt to have any relevancy, man, you got to put it on someone like Seth and then book him strong, man. But even then, it's the perception of this belt is not good. They should have just taken it off of Roman. Brock versus Cody. It'll be a good match, but at this point, we all know that Cody's just treading water till next year.
So Cody's got his 1-0 versus Brock. Is this Brock's chance to even up the series?
Are they going to do? You think they're going to do a rubber match down the road?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think Cody has to win again, and put a cap on this.
Yeah, but the thing is if they're pushing it down the road. Yeah, it's already a B. It's already a B belt. Yeah, might as well have fun with it. Yeah, that's a good point too. I mean, I don't know. It's just not a good. It's not a good situation. I don't know, man. I don't think it hurts him if he loses. But if the whole thing is to show Cody climbing out of hell to get back to Roman, if he loses this big fight, then what's the next? What is it? Elimination Chambers next?
No. Elimination Chambers.
No. That was before.
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank's next. He wins Money in the Bank and gets a contract, and then what? I mean, it depends on how long. If they really are going to hold off until next year, him winning Money in the Bank means nothing.
This is gonna get so old.
That's what I'm saying. This is going to be such diminishing returns going forward. That's why they should have pulled the trigger at WrestleMania. They could have made the next big star, but they didn't. That's why I'm looking at this match with him and Lesnar. And the match is going to be good, but I'm just looking at it doesn't matter. So Sammy and Kevin versus Roman and Solo. Are they beating Sammy and Kevin?
I think the Usos turn on them.
You think this is where the Usos are gonna drop the hammer on him?
Yep.
And then it's gonna be Bloodline versus Bloodline. Roman and Solo versus the Usos.
It could be. Depends on what the ultimate game plan is with Roman. I mean, are they going to have him at the next pay-per-view?
Who knows, dude? That's
but I think somehow the Usos cost them the titles.
Yeah, I think the Usos. I think this is the build towards basically Bloodline versus Bloodline. Yeah, guys, definitely check out Big Daddy his YouTube channel. He's been putting some awesome videos up there, and it's good stuff, guys. I'll actually drop a link there before the show's over.
And I thought they said all the belts were being defended at the pay-per-view, but apparently not.
Well, that was supposed to be the idea, but if Roman is fighting for the tag titles, he can't defend. He can't defend the world title, the
Right.
universal title.
Correct.
So, what do you do? So I think this is just honestly, I think this is a way for them to be able to say that, and then he just does whatever he wants.
Yeah, because you have the Intercontinental title, but you don't have the U.S. title, as far as I'm aware. You might have the SmackDown title defended, but not the Raw Women's title defended.
I don't know, dude. At this point, from what so here's the matches that we know about. Seth versus AJ for the World Heavyweight Championship. Brock versus Cody. Tag team match between Sammy and KO and Roman and Solo, and then the IC match between Gunther and Mustafa Ali, which is going to be a freaking murder. Two matches that I don't think they've been announced yet, but we know they're going to be on there is Rhea versus Natalia, and then Becky versus Trish.
Yeah,
but that's it. That's which I mean, that's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 matches. They'll probably add at least 2 more.
Okay, maybe Asuka versus Bianca again.
Is this and have Bianca turn heel?
Well, no, they had Asuka spit mist in her face.
Okay, well, here's the thing. They're saying, "Oh, Asuka turned heel." No, she was already a heel. She already turned, which is a stupid thing to say. That when I heard that, I was just like, "What are you talking about?" When they fought at the Backlash, I mean at the WrestleMania, she was the heel there. It was like she was a heel leading all the way up to it. She didn't turn nothing. She was already there. So, if anything, they should have had her versus Io again, because Io got screwed because of Damage Control interfered in the match. I would have had on paper. It's not that bad. No, that's what I'm saying. It's the match is like the card isn't bad. It's just that so much of it going forward just doesn't mean anything because we know what their plans are for Roman. And for some of the other like Mustafa Ali versus Gunther, he ain't got no chance. Natalia versus Rhea. Yeah. So we know that there's probably going to be at least 2 more matches announced on there. I'm sure. My brain just took a crap. Judgment Day will have a match there or something like that, and they probably will defend the U.S. title. I mean, they'll announce something at SmackDown.
Yeah, and then you got
that's why that happened. That's 100% why that happened.
Yeah. Then you got the women's title, tag title, possibly be defended against Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, which they'll take it because that's the whole reason why they put them together in the first place. But what was it? So the build. So there wasn't much. I mean, do you think they're gonna put and they might do this match for like the pre-show, like Nakamura versus Miz or something like that. They might do something like that for the pre-show. That's not going to be on the main show, though. I can't see that being on the main show. Xavier Woods versus Dominic was just, again, not sure what they were building with this for. Raw was weird.
They built that to be able to have Xavier Woods be the third member with Zayn and Owens next week.
Yeah,
for their 3-on-3 title match, or not title match, but 3-on-3 match.
Yeah. I don't like, and then also like having having Sammy and Kevin get beat before their match with Roman kind of felt weird. It's like they're not booking them strong going into this, you know.
How many people were out there? You first
everybody, dude.
First you had Dom and Ripley come out, and then you had the entire Imperium come out.
Yep.
It's like, who else is coming out?
I don't know. Which I was wondering if they were like going to try to build towards a 3-way between all of them. You know, maybe they're going to have a 3-way next week or something.
You had Paul Heyman standing there on his phone. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, I like her, Big Daddy. I liked her when she was in NXT. She's got big upside. She's a big chick too, man. Raquel Gonzalez. She's a big chick. But yeah, that's what I said. Like, this week was weird, man. Like the build towards this just felt kind of like half-assed.
And then you had the return match of Veer Mahan and his tag partner.
He came again. That was the second coming. Now again.
Second coming of Veer Mahan.
Yeah, of Indashir. Which, okay. Let's see if you can book them without making them look like idiots.
Didn't they do the same build up with that with the Viking Raiders? And
Yep.
what happened to them?
Yep. Yeah, dude, I was looking at the description of the match. They basically beat two developmental guys. They beat two dudes.
They beat up two Gilbergs.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you know they've done the same thing with those guys that they did with Viking Raiders. The same thing they did with AOP.
Yep. Yeah. Because Vince doesn't care about tag team wrestling outside of using it as a vehicle for Roman to not have to defend his belt.
I mean, the same thing they did with I can't remember those guys' names. They had the black and red outfits with the red stripes on their face. The tag team they brought up from NXT.
Oh God, I don't.
One guy had the red stripes on his face.
At this point,
It's like
they're all
to bring up
blending
these
into each
tag
other.
teams and they don't do anything with them.
No. But yeah, like I said, the actual matches themselves on the card will probably be good, you know, outside of like one or two. But the build toward it has just been bad. And then now let's switch over to AEW, where there hasn't been any build at all. Like,
But you did get the return of Thunder Rosa and
Miro.
yeah. And we had an announcement of an announcement. It's like, dude, what? That was the most WWE thing I've ever seen on AEW television.
That's the one thing I had to watch from last week, because when I heard about it, I just thought it was the greatest thing ever. That was so funny,
God.
man.
It was like, yeah, we've got 2 weeks to Double or Nothing. We just now starting to do any kind of promotion of any matches for it. We know that there's going to be whoever Callis is aligned with, because the rumor is that it's not the BCC. The rumor is that it's the United Empire, to build towards not just that match, but towards Kenny versus Omega 2.
That's a lot of time to waste on New Japan.
Kenny's wrestling himself.
I mean, Kenny versus Ospreay.
Ospreay,
yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's what the 28th is Double or Nothing. It's the 16th now. We've got 12 days, and we're just now starting to build towards matches for this thing. It's like, what the hell, man? So I think, like you said, with Miro coming back, he's got to be going after Orange Cassidy, right?
I hope so.
I hope not.
You hope
Why?
not.
Unless it's a squash match. 'Cause I don't think that's the right way to bring him back.
Oh, what
I
do you
don't
want
think
him
that's
to
the
do?
right-
When do you want him to come back?
I want him to do what Wardlow was doing for a few weeks, like before they screwed him over with the booking. And just murder a few people and then just win
Just-
something. Like if he's gonna have a match with Cassidy, then may it be a squash.
Well, here's the thing. I think I think the reason why we saw him this week is because for the next 2 weeks, he's going to be doing exactly what you just said. He's going to be coming out and murdering people. And he's basically, hopefully he's still doing the Redeemer gimmick.
Yeah.
Was it Mal? Yeah, let me guess. Don is going to be the new JJ Dillon for a new Horseman. Shut
Oh,
the
brother.
Um,
Oh God, I hate all of you.
It'll never be over, Bob.
Yeah, I agree, Big Daddy. Like big, great on them for building up those Wembley ticket sales. And I think there's going to be some great matches on there. But storyline wise, Tony has just not been like we said when all those injuries and stuff happened, and then all this drama stuff happened, that this was going to show us Tony's mettle and see, how he handles the situation. And he hasn't handled it great. So the booking's been subpar at best. Guys like Bryan Danielson and Moxley and those guys, they're going to book themselves well no matter what. And I think that's what's happening. I think he's letting them set whatever matches they want, and he's just letting it go. He's just like, okay, he's just signing off on it. That's what it feels like. Everything feels very haphazard. But yeah, I mean, maybe that's why. Because instead of having Callis turn at the pay-per-view, he had him turn now. You know what I mean? Yeah. He always gives us some kind of a really cool thing for whatever for the pay-per-view or whatnot. Something cool. There's always a moment that happens. But you gotta build stuff up. You gotta build to the show, man. You gotta give people a reason to tune in. Other than watching their favorite wrestlers go at it. You gotta build some storylines, and the storylines have been kind of paper thin outside of a couple, outside of like the BCC and the Elite and that dude, they gotta pull the trigger on this Hangman shit. It is so freaking long overdue. Everything else is paper thin. So, but, and even like the build of the pillars, man, it's like,
I'm still bummed it's going to be a 4-way.
Yeah, well, I don't have a problem with it being a 4-way because I think they'll do a good job. I think they'll do a good job. But if they don't use this to build a storyline around the pillars, like I said, if it was me, I'd be having Jungle Boy, I'd be having Jack Perry turn heel and have him, Sammy, and Max form a new faction called the Pillars, and then go with it. I think that's the next logical step for JB's friggin' character development. But is that going to happen? Probably not.
Probably not.
And that's why I feel like this. And Max is not losing that friggin' belt. You know what I mean? When was the last time we did a live watch along? I think it was what was it? Was it WrestleMania?
No, we didn't do WrestleMania. That was 2 days. There was the AEW pay-per-view before that.
Yeah.
What was it?
Revolution?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Revolution. We should have done WrestleMania though, but it was, being 2 nights, it's a pain in the ass. But we'll be doing one here. Maybe we'll do Double or Nothing just to see what happens. But yeah, it's been a couple of months.
Well, we didn't do the pay-per-view just came out in Puerto Rico. We didn't want to do
Backlash.
That. We didn't think it was going to be that good.
Which ended up being way better than we thought it was.
There hasn't been, because WrestleMania was in April.
Mm-hmm.
You just had that. You don't, the Saudi event is going to be the hour time frame. It's not even, we can't do something like that because of the big time difference with that.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not even because it's like at 4:00
yeah.
our time, I think, or something like that in the middle of the afternoon. It's gonna be airing over here, so I'm not even thinking about that.
Yeah, we couldn't do that, Mal, because it's 2 different days and it's on the weekend, and I work weekends, so it's usually any shows we do, it's gonna have to be a one-nighter. But yeah, getting back to Dynamite, from what I understand, Thunder Rosa, she's not coming back yet. She's got
she's not medically cleared.
She's not medically cleared yet. No, it's cool. That's cool, Mal. I'm just answering the questions as it comes up. We had ROH belts defended on Dynamite. Or we had an ROH match on Dynamite, which, granted it's only one, but why didn't you have that? Why didn't you have this on Ring of Honor TV? Why did you have this over here? Doesn't make any sense. But they got to be building towards Orange Cassidy versus Miro, man. Because that's the only match with him that makes sense. Anna Jay versus Julia Hart. It was all right, but it was like, again, what's the point? Unless you're going to build a storyline between the Jericho Appreciation Society and the House of Black, which we know they're not going to do that. So I don't know what's going on there, unless Anna Jay is going to jump ship from the JSA.
I don't see that.
Yeah. Chio's match, Best Friends versus House of Black. It's a good match, but again,
with no witches allowed.
Oh my God. Which, dude, I'm glad that they clarified the freaking rules, because the way Julia Hart read them, it was like one of the rules was confusing as hell. I'm like, what is this? Like, because I guess she took 2 of the rules and bled them together.
Yep.
By accident, and then they came out and clarified it. So I was like, what is this garbage? But I'm all about, dude, give me more House of Black. I like House of Black. And again, Best Friends are a goofball. They're a comedy act. So them coming up with a goofy, no witches, okay, that works for them. Anybody else, that's stupid.
Now, what did you think about the lighting for that match?
It wasn't as bad as the Fiend's lighting, but I'd just have a freaking match, man. Why do we have to do oogie spooky shit? Okay, why do we have to do like that? It's their entrance is already cool as hell. Just leave the entrance that be what it is, and that's it. Let them have an actual match so people can see the crowd reaction and whatnot. I don't know. Trying to do these weird lighting gimmicks to me just seems kind of dumb. All right, I'm kind of up in the air with the FTR versus Jarrett and Lethal. Because I mean it's FTR, so it's going to be awesome. But the build up between them and Jarrett and Lethal has just been weird. Although that segment the week before was freaking hilarious when they were on the farm. That was actually
they could have done better with Mark after everything that happened with him. This is not what should have been done.
No, and it just feels weird. It just feels kind of like again, it feels like something that was thrown together just to get Mark on TV. And I'm like, dude, just to have Mark in a match. You don't have to do this. But see, I'm trying to think what else happened. Yeah, we got another promo from Christian, promo was great, but the match is going to be like whatever. And then the big thing was Moxley versus Omega, which the match I thought was great. Thought it was a really good. I mean, it wasn't the best match they've ever had. It was a cage match.
Yeah.
Did
they have the barbed wire thing with the explosions and all again?
Well, they had barbed wire there.
Yeah.
You can see the cut marks all over
yeah.
You can see the cut marks all over their backs.
Dude, watch Being the Elite. Watch the end of it. Kenny's back got jacked up.
They used real barbed wire.
Dude. He has cuts
Why?
all
No.
down.
That's no. You shouldn't do. No
That's
one should
hardcore
do that.
wrestling, dude.
I don't give a fuck. That's. I work with that stuff. You don't use that on a wrestling match.
Now you can see where if you watch it, you can see where Moxley bladed himself.
Yeah.
The point where he bladed himself on the forehead.
Good Lord.
But yeah, they had the cut marks all over their back. Like it wasn't blading yourself or somebody's blading you.
Yeah.
You
Let
got
me
it
see if I can
open.
find. Let me see if I can
Oh,
find a
yeah.
picture of Kenny's back after that match. It was gruesome, dude. It was like, ooh, oh my god. Let me see here.
And then they had broken glass in the match too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did the ho shebang.
Oh
Glad I
yeah.
missed
Oh
it.
yeah. Moxley got slammed on the glass.
Yeah, it's not like tax.
All right.
You got a picture?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeesh. It's rough, man.
Yeah. See, now to see those guys. They cut the barbs so they're smaller, but it's still gonna stick you.
That's Kenny's back after the match.
That's
Idiot.
That's
Gonna be back in the doctor's office in no time.
dude. Look at those cuts, man.
That's so stupid.
Jeez. And you know Moxley looked just as bad
Yep.
because he got slammed onto the glass.
This is not
Dude,
necessary.
Dude, it's not necessary, but that's what they do, man. That's what they do. But yeah, so like I'm assuming that tomorrow we're gonna get Don coming out with an explanation, and then like we'll get some sense of what's gonna happen at Double or Nothing and who it is he's backing. If it is the BCC, okay,
Doesn't fit.
it doesn't feel right. He doesn't feel like a good fit for them.
It does.
But here's the thing. Don Callis needs to be on friggin' commentary, man. That dude is like, have you ever seen him when he was a New Japan with Ken Kelly?
Yes.
They were so freaking good.
If you're gonna put somebody with the BCC, they get Nigel McGillis.
Nigel McGillis would
McGinnis.
100% make sense. I'd be 100% down with that. You know, or I don't know, drag Fit Finley out of retirement. But
He's got to bring a little guy with him.
oh God, dude, have you ever watched Ethan Page's toy vlogs?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, they're pretty freaking awesome. Swoggle is a regular on there. He's friends with him. So him and Dylan are always there, but yeah, like, and then the other thing too is like, I mean, both of these storylines are tied in together. The thing with Hangman, pull the trigger on it and be done with it. Please, for the love of God, it's been 4 years. Well, three and a half years. So practically, like, what was it, like maybe like 5 or 6, like 6 months after AEW started is when the whole Hangman thing started. So pull the friggin' trigger, be done with it. Let's go.
If you do Kenny versus Ospreay,
Yes.
would you be okay with FTR and Punk versus the Elite and Hangman?
Yes.
No.
That's
a waste.
Unless, yeah, no, it's gotta have, yeah,
Because you want to have Kenny versus Ospreay.
right.
People want to see that all in.
Oh yeah.
So if you really want to see CM Punk and FTR, you've got to find somebody to be with the Elite.
Well,
with
what
the
I
young
would
bucks.
here's the thing. You could do that.
No, they don't have to have the any trios match. They can have a tag match, and Punk might be on the corner or outside. He doesn't have to be involved in the match itself.
Well, here's the thing.
He just has to be there.
They could do a three-way between them because Punk's got beef with Hangman too. Okay. But that can only be a lead-in match to Punk and FTR versus the Real Elite, which is Kenny and the Bucks. That match, if you're going to do that match, which I don't think that match is going to happen anytime soon. It's not going to happen anytime soon.
If it happens at all.
If it happens at all. But if you're going to do that, that's the match that has to happen because that's the people that were involved. Because those are the two people that those are the three people he was involved with.
Well, you do the Elite and Hangman versus CM Punk and FTR and All In, and then a week later, when All Out happens,
Dude. That match ain't happened, dude. They're literally putting them on separate shows, even though Punk said that he's going to be on Dynamite when they need him. They're literally making a separate show to keep them from killing each other.
No, but they said all Out is supposed to be still going on, which is a week after.
I know.
Poor Larry.
I think is freaking batshit crazy. But dude, how are you gonna build towards a card for All Out a week after All In? Is it just gonna be the matches from All In? It's like part 2. It's like, I don't know, man. Oh my god. I do like, like I said, because they announced Shingo Ospreay versus Shingo for All In weekend at Rev Pro. Hopefully that means that AEW is working with Rev Pro, because that would be awesome. But yeah, dude, I don't know, man. Like I said, I think Tony's lost his mind as far as his booking is concerned and whatnot. It's all over the place. I want them to right the ship, and I do think that eventually they will. But Tony, like, he's got to let go of the reins a little bit. He's got to hire himself a general manager for all of his shows, a general manager for all of them, and he's got to put people in place to help him run this thing, because he's running thin, and it's showing bad. But as far as but getting back to what we were talking about before, and kind of wrapping this thing up here, the build for both of these shows has just been meh. The matches will be good. We know that, because they almost always are. The matches will be good, but wrestling is more than just the matches. It's the build. It's the story. And I think WWE is doing it a little bit better than AEW right now as far as stories are concerned. But there's matches for Night of Champions where I'm just like, why? Why is Rhea fighting Natalya? Okay, nothing against Natalya, but it's like, did anybody ask for that? No. Like, all the people she could be going up against. She could be going up against Bayley. She could be going against Io. She could be going up against Becky. And even though Becky's on a different brand, it's like, does the brand split? We already know the brand split doesn't matter. So Rhea versus Asuka would be better than Asuka versus it would make more sense. I don't know, man.
What would make more sense is to not have the SmackDown title being defended on Raw and the Raw title being defended on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Why don't they just have Bianca and Rhea switch titles like they have in the past? But
in a world where Vince is God, nothing makes sense, man. Up is down, black is white, cats and dogs living together. It is what it is, man. But that's about it for this week. You guys got anything else you want to talk about?
Nope.
Not really.
Like I said, it was a weird week, man.
It's good to see Miro back, and we've been talking about him for a while.
Yep.
Hopefully they do something good. I can see him being part of the Collision TV show with CM Punk to get him some airtime.
Yep. Hopefully the beef between Rosa and Britt gets squashed. But
I wasn't in favor of the Ring of Honor tag title or Ring of Honor
world title versus tag title thing.
Yeah, the stipulation in that match.
Yeah, it felt weird. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Ring of Honor's been pretty fun though. But yeah, that's about it. Real quick, go everybody that was here. Appreciate it. Maldacito, Big Daddy Guardian. Guys, I dropped Big Daddy's Link for his channel in there, guys. Definitely go check it out. I did drop it in there, didn't I?
Yeah, do it again.
I thought I did. Yeah,
Why
I'll do
not?
it again. Yeah, I'll do it again.
And for those, I know we don't have a whole lot of people in the Cleveland market, but I mentioned it on Facebook. May 31st through June 4th, Colossal Con at Kalahari and Sandusky.
Yep.
My boy Will runs that Colossal Con. He also does Colossal Con in the Poconos, Wisconsin, and Texas. So if you ever get a chance to check them out, it's a good anime convention.
Is that coming up?
May 31st to June 4th at Colossal Con Sandusky. Or at Kalahari Sandusky, excuse me.
Yep. All right, guys. Appreciate everybody being here. And hopefully we'll have more to talk about next week, man, because this, like I said, man, this week just felt odd, especially with 2 big shows coming up. But thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate it. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.